Today, a Louisville teen admitted his role in the killing of a 13-year-old boy.
He pleaded guilty to multiple charges in a deal that will send him to prison for more than 2 decades. But the victim's family says 23 years is not enough.
How do you plead to 1 count of murder complicity?
Plead guilty.
16-year-old Brad Watkins.
Guilty.
1 count of robbery in the 1st degree complicity.
Guilty.
Repeated that word 5 times.
Guilty.
1 count of possession of a handgun by a minor.
Guilty.
Each carrying the weight of another child's death. Watkins accepted a plea deal Tuesday, admitting his role in the murder and robbery of 13-year-old Davion Blackman in an alley near Broadway last summer. Blackman's family watched through tear-filled eyes and then said their piece.
The reason I'm here today is to show you what a 13-year-old looks like.
Blackman's 13-year-old niece and her mom, Rolanda, just a few of the family members who took the stand to plead with the judge that 23 years was not enough.
I think the state of Kentucky needs to do better. These kids are not getting punished correctly, and that's why we have this revolving cycle of kids killing each other.
Blackman's mother, wearing anger and sadness on her face, faced her son's killer.
Animals don't even get killed like that.
And begged for another way to keep Watkins behind bars longer.
So if he's 15 killing, imagine what he's going to be able to do when he hits the set again. 23 years is not acceptable.
But ultimately, the judge accepted the plea agreement between Watkins and the state. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison, not eligible for parole until serving at least 85% of that sentence.
You will ultimately serve this sentence with the Department of Corrections as an adult, and you will be credited for any time you have.
Blackman's family stormed out of the courtroom, overwhelmed with emotion, knowing the teen who pulled the trigger to kill their loved one will likely be free again one day. We caught up with the family just hours later as their nightmare became a harsh reality.
What type of message is that sending? That's not sending a positive message. There's no accountability at all whatsoever. There's none. There's none. And like my mother said in her testimony, if it was any of their children up there, their murderer sitting in that chair, I can almost guarantee that 23 years would not be enough.
Daniel Wallace, the co-defendant in this case, facing similar charges, entered a guilty plea in July. He's scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow afternoon.